Over the years, my company has worked with some of the biggest brands in the world. New Balance, Represent, Asics, Leon's Bagels, and so many more. But there was once a time where Fortem Media shouldn't have worked. It was just me guessing. I didn't know how to sell, I didn't know how to present our work, and I had no idea how to brief creatives. However, through showing up every single day, suddenly it wasn't just me anymore. Belief was no longer enough. We had to build systems. We learned how to position, how to pitch, and how to deliver results that made clients come back. Guesswork turned into structure, and structure is what allows us to work with the best. In this episode, we're breaking down exactly how we find, pitch, and land industry-leading brands, and what it really takes to go from boardroom to shoot day. Thankfully and gratefully, Fortem has worked with some really amazing clients over the course of the last 7 years. And because we want to take you on a journey of the under the hood of how this all happens, we thought that this week we would run you through the behind the scenes of how we pitch to these clients, how we build brand with the clients, and then we actually take you on a shoot to see how it all comes to life with one of our biggest clients, New Balance.
So where do we start?
The moment it starts, basically where a brand shows interest. So either they come to us or we outreach and we find them. Liv, I need to ask you a question.
Yes.
What do you do at Fortem?
Babe, I'd bring in the money.
If we are outreaching, it'll be someone from our business development team that's identified almost an opportunity or a synergy between what we're trying to do as a brand and what we feel like they're trying to do as a brand. And basically we'll chat them through or reach out as many times as we possibly can to get their attention in so many different ways. One thing that I've realized is connections are imperative or like so important when it comes to building relationships and finding new clients.
What happened now? My daddy
Meeting someone at a bar, meet a referral from a friend just from doing great work, or a friend of the brand even, and I found that in time building those relationships and demonstrating and keeping them updated on who we are and what we're doing and what I'm personally doing gives them more of an innate connection to us as a company. So after we've identified or caught the brand's attention, we'll move into the discovery phase. So this might be a call, a meeting, a coffee catch up, a Google Meet, but basically this is all around finding out who they are on a deeper level, what they're trying to achieve, how we're going to be able to help them, and really what the scope of work is going to look like together. Often this involves either them providing us with an insight into their strategy for the year, or us digging deeper and asking really curious questions to better understand what does success look like for this particular client. So when we are dealing with a client with a larger budget, a large part of it is basically pitching back to them and explaining why we're the company that they should work with. We are 8 minutes out from pitching to Kingpin, who are historically known as a place where you can go bowling across Australia. But we're going to help them bring and break what is known to be ordinary and help them be extraordinary. So it's a big pitch, over 6 figures. We're going to put a mic on the table, little will they know, so that you guys can hear our pitch. I'll just put it on the table. Yeah. Don't tell anyone.
So we've really thought about how do we create repeatable moments people return for, and ultimately how do we show that Kingpin at Collins Street is a place to play, to gather, to stay when you're in Melbourne or when you live in Melbourne.
This pitch is not just about giving them clarity that we understood what their asks were through the previous sessions or previous calls, but it's about us really putting our best foot forward. So it's all of our best work. It's relevant work.
Part of what we've really looked to do with a couple of ideas is like, how do we make sure that we are showing that we are like the place you want to be at? Like it's an aspirational social destination. And from a content perspective, lots of movement, magnetism, momentum, motion, blur, neon lights, creating a feeling of this like after hours, even though it's not 4 a.m, but like an after hours night shift vibe. from a hub perspective, so this is regularly scheduled push content and activations that are designed to prime and prospect. And so we've got 4 ideas, so 4 ideas that can run weekly, that can run monthly from a content perspective and from a physical perspective. Or you could just do content, so that's where we talked about budget scaling, to ensure that we're building that visible, consistent presence and playing a genuine place in culture. And then I know you haven't asked for social strategy, but LK got excited and wanted to come in. So we have got just some early thought starters on how to approach social from a hygiene perspective, but your brief is kind of hero and hub.
When I look at what you guys currently have as an opportunity, it's really looking at how do we look at the different areas of the venue and make those intriguing for different audiences, because there's a difference. Not like darts isn't going to be cool for everyone, right? But if we look at the overarching concept here and like shaping different spaces to be different feelings and moods, then we can pull people to enjoy that in a different way. And basically from there, it's all about budgets, numbers, getting sign off on the scope, and that's all done. We've developed something that works on how many head hours are going to be on a job, and basically from those head hours, then what's the price to our client, how much time. We've got back-end tracking systems to ensure that we're delivering on time. And the most important thing for me over the course, I mean, it always has been, but definitely a focus over the last year, is client retention and making sure that we've got a significantly high level of client service to ensure that the clients that we do win through this beautiful pitching process have their hands held throughout the whole journey, are always communicated to, and always basically know what's going on. And I urge the team to consistently ask, if you were in the client's shoes today, how would you feel? Do you know what's going on? Have we given them updates? Do I feel heard? Are my questions being answered? All of those things make up good client service and client success. And that's a journey for us, but it's one that we're on at the moment. Once all of that is done, we've got sign off on the campaign or the social strategy or the digital strategy or any, I guess, service that we offer. We then move into what's pre-production.
So I receive a brief from the BD team, who will essentially hand everything over in terms of key timings, budget, and overarching scope. And then from that, I will work with the creative team to lock in the shoot. So for example, with the recent shoot we've done for New Balance with the 1080 V15s, I book the creative team, I brief the creative team, essentially hand everything over to them.
Camber, cinematographer at Fortem. This is Matt, aspiring cinematographer at Fortem.
One day.
he was on track, and then he made a vertical rig.
Working up to it. Actually, let's get up the run sheet. Director, actually. Speaking to the director.
Right, so you get the brief from Sarah.
We actually got the brief from Cody, and she kind of ran us through.
This is Cody.
She ran us through what New Balance wanted and what the event was that we're putting on, and then we were kind of briefed in to create 3 teaser reels to kind of build hype and excitement and help announce and launch this event that Unofficial is doing in collaboration with New Balance. And the process for this one, actually, we came up with initial pre-production.
It was crazy. We had some sauce. The most creative juices that have ever flown in this office. Me and Matt were in Chad's office.
Think of flow state, and then
we were in a very
times that by 100.
We were in a creative flow
happening.
state.
Is that what you guys usually like to do?
Yeah, so we hop into the office. And
so initial phase was us bouncing
we just
back
bounce ideas off each other, and
throwing stuff at the wall, seeing what sticks. And for this, we landed on a concept that actually ended up getting turned down.
No, we shouldn't say that. Don't say that.
No, what do you mean? That's part of the process.
Whilst the first option got shut down, we managed to.
You think that's gonna fucking knock us out?
It's not about how hard you fall.
Down.
It's about how you get back up.
We came back even stronger. Ideation, us bouncing ideas back and forth, and then from there we started a mill note where we would just grab a whole bunch of different visual references and pieces that we've seen before that we can kind of draw inspiration from. And
we had to write a script.
Yeah,
we wrote a script that ties into the stories.
We wrote a script, not ChatGPT. Let's get that clear. I think this was the type of shoot where we like had a lot of portions that were like very set out, and we know we had to get. And,
But
like,
when you're there
and we're lined up
and you
on the
see
shot
spots
list.
that are like really, really good and like things that just come to mind on the day, we're able to like pivot and flow into
Yeah,
the
yeah.
spots
It was
and
also
get,
the
like,
type of
really
shoot
good
where
shots.
like it was open to a lot of like run and gun and like interpretation and like seeing what we liked and would like work well when we were there on the day. And
We actually had to plan out. We had to plan out all the prop lists and stuff, so we'd get all the props that we wanted, all the props that we needed. We'll plan it out, make sure it's like within the budget, and then we'll send it over to Leilani to order. We'll find a whole bunch of different options for like compasses, maps, newspapers, any like other glasses or whatever props for the talent to use.
ordering shoes. We
Once
had,
we
like,
get,
6
like-
different pairs of New Balance 1080s
Yeah, but-
that we needed.
Yeah.
And we had to lock in talent. That's also something that Leilani was on. Context Leilani's like operations / producer type role.
Yeah, we're really happy with the talent options. They all look really cool, have
that
like
was
unique
sick.
features.
And like we actually had 6 talent to work with, which was a lot. Yeah, I think that's kind of like that was the pre-production process on this project.
I don't even know if we talked much about pre-prod. Did we talk enough about pre-prod?
Basically, after we've got sign off on our pre-production, we move into production. So this is the big dance. The client's been waiting for it. We're super pumped and excited to get out there and shoot. All of our pre-production work is coming to life. We're there, we're on the day or days. The team's there, they're excited. You're interacting with clients, you're chatting amongst yourselves as a team. You're making sure that we're rolling through the script for the day and the plan for the day. But it's all about making sure that we deliver on what we've said we would, both throughout the whole process.
Well, we're currently shooting a teaser for New Balance X unofficial.
Everybody knows how I feel about you.
Okay, so
You can act surprised if you need to. And I am still your friend if you think it's worth it. It just means that I'll see you when I see you.
So all the way from that first call where we've wowed and told the client that we can deliver on what their vision is, through to when we've showcased what we believe their vision is, through to when they've signed off on their vision, shoot day and the production of the campaign is basically bringing that all to life. So it's an integral part of making sure that the client is happy, of which we then move into post-production, post the shoot, to bring all the various assets and things that we need to life.
Before the first step, there is a question. Being fast isn't everything. Some things must be solved. Speed will get you moving. But it won't get you there. Leave a mark, even if it's only a flash. Checkpoint by checkpoint, the end becomes clearer. You're in it for the long run.
What would you tell someone, or what advice would you give to someone who's trying to land their first big clients?
What advice would I give someone who's trying to land their first big client? I think religiously understand who they are and what they're trying to do in the market. Understand who their competitors are, draw inspiration from multiple different industries, and really be clear on why you want them. I think having once been a brand owner, the difference between someone truly wanting to work with you as a brand versus wanting to work with you for just the revenue or the money that comes in, you can feel it straight away. So find a way to be authentic about the brand that you're connecting with and why you want to do the work with them. And I think that will shine through in the way in which it's been received.